Now that the suspense is over, who do you think the real winners are here?
Well, I think Amazon is a big winner, right? That they made this selection process highly public. And so it generated kind of a year of free publicity, both nationally and in each of these cities in which Amazon was, or in each of these cities that was vying for the location of HQ2, places like Birmingham and Calgary, Alberta, and places like that. So I think Amazon is probably the biggest winner here.
Now, Barry, I know you're a skeptic about this. I mean, do you think that Amazon took advantage of cities in this process?
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. I mean, as we were just talking about, Amazon got an immense amount of data from cities all across this country. And it's not just publicly available data. This is the data about what kind of deals will these tax deals, tax breaks, subsidies, will these administrations put forth in order to lure in investment by Amazon. So that's, a lot of this information was entirely secret. It's available to no other company. And in terms, so Amazon is, as was just mentioned, was a huge winner in this. And, this is it's a general problem across the country in terms of how we treat large companies.
Well, Shira, what did you think of Jay Carney's response to that? I mean, as a company this big that is creating this many jobs, shouldn't they be getting these tax breaks? And if the data is available to all, couldn't it be useful?
Well, I think Barry's point is right, that Amazon was in rooms and secret negotiations with municipal economic development authorities, so it does have a good sense now of what those cities and states are willing to offer Amazon. And remember, this is a company that has 600,000 plus employees. It operates warehouses and data centers and other facilities in just about every state in the U.S. and also around the world. And so it needs to have information to figure out what are the best places to put our growing demand for warehouses and white-collar offices and data centers and places like that. So, Jay Carney is right, but also it doesn't tell you the whole story about what Amazon got out of this process.
So, Barry, looking out, this is, Amazon has said this process is going to take 2 decades. 2 decades from now, how do you think this will change Arlington, Virginia, and Long Island City?
Well, I think the issue is how it changes these places today. I mean, what it reveals is that officials in Long Island City and New York City and in Virginia, both at the local and the state level, are willing to give away a whole lot for not that much. I mean, we have to remember that they were originally promised the whole deal. They were promised the whole headquarters, the whole second headquarters, the whole HQ2. And in each case, they got at best half of it, and actually it looks like it's going to be less than half of it given some of these other investments that have been revealed. So what we see, if you're a taxpayer, if you're a citizen in New York City, if you're a citizen in Northern Virginia, you just say, hey, what did my officials, what did my mayor and my governor just give away? Because it's like these subsidies, these tax breaks, that's my money.
At the same time, Shira, you have Google talking about expanding its presence in New York, but not getting all of this fanfare. Is that fair?
Yeah, and interesting, I think Google also said that it hasn't applied for some of the tax subsidies that Amazon maybe has gotten, although Google is mostly in Manhattan and Amazon's coming to Queens, so there's a little bit of a difference there. But look, just to be a little bit fair to Amazon, right, economic development is a little bit of a controversial process, right, particularly this idea of giving tax breaks to already affluent companies like Amazon for high-paying jobs that are good for a city, but that also have the potential to make income inequality even worse in expensive cities like the Washington, D.C. area and New York City. So it's always kind of a give and take of benefits and drawbacks when you are luring high-profile employers like Amazon to a place that has a large workforce but also a high cost base.